What's up, everybody? Tricks Ridiculous back with another video. And I know I just put together my Spider-Man video, and you might be wondering, Tricks, why are you putting out another Spider-Man video so soon after? Well, I've been playing around with the build, and luckily I also got blessed by the RNG gods, and I got the absolute perfect piece that I needed for this build. So I am playing it slightly different now. I think this is the most min-maxed way to play this build. It is still built on the structure of my previous friendly neighborhood Spider-Man build, but it is much more than that now. This build has completely evolved. It is still a support build at heart, but it is now a support tank build, okay? And what do I mean by that? You might be thinking, Spider-Man, a tank? You're looking at my stats right now. He doesn't have hardly any defense. You might be thinking, what the hell is Tricks talking about? Well, I'm going to explain. Before we do, be sure to like, subscribe, join the Discord if you're looking for groups to finish the raid with. We've got a great LFG in the Discord. A lot of people getting the raid done in there. And consider becoming a channel member as well. That link is in the description. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So if you're looking at my setup here, it's pretty similar to what you might have seen in my last video. It's still a might-based build. We're using the Ring of Nebelung. Not a lot has changed, and the play style has not changed too much at all. But look at this. This is the piece to have. The Public Menace Visor. I cannot stress this piece enough. This piece, I got lucky. I ran a couple of last Avengers standing, and I got blessed with this piece. Let me tell you. No, so if you're looking at it, the first two perks are the same as the legendary version. Now, if your luck is not good, you haven't been lucky enough to get this piece, that's okay. You can still use the legendary version from the Elite Vaults, the one I showed off in my previous video, and you will be absolutely fine for pretty much all content. This piece, however, brings it to the next level. It's got a perk unlike anything we've seen in the game before, and it's that dramatic taunt, the third perk. Using your Emote taunts nearby enemies and reduces their melee defense by 10%, okay? When I'm telling you guys, this is the best exotic in the game, I'm not even capping. This is absolutely insane, okay? Being able to taunt on command with no general prerequisite, just by tapping your emote. You don't have to finish the emote. It doesn't have to go on for a period of time. As soon as you press the emote, you can cancel out of the emote. It doesn't matter. You will taunt everything in the immediate area. And the range is actually fairly good. I was a little nervous that it would not be that far, but it is very far. It taunts pretty much the whole battlefield in most areas. Okay, so really strong. And then it gives them, of course, that extra 10% to their melee the melee damage taken, right? Reduces their melee defense by 10%. Of course, we're a melee build, and I believe it works for teammates as well, although I haven't tested those numbers specifically. Let me tell you, this is absolutely ridiculous. And then here's what you might be thinking. Well, hold on. Why do I want to be taunting enemies with Spider-Man? I'm not playing Hulk. I'm not playing a really tanky defensive character. But guys, remember, you don't have to. We're playing Spider-Man and we do takedowns. Don't forget that we're still using the build the same way we did before. We're doing takedowns non-stop, all right? We're able to do takedowns on all enemies all the time, every size, every shape and size. And we are absolutely invincible. It's pretty much impossible to kill us when we're doing these takedowns. We're in invincibility frames the whole time, and then we just go takedown to takedown to takedown. So if all the enemies are taunted, they're all going to be focused on us, but they can't hit us. Think about that. They're taunted, they're coming at Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is just doing takedowns left and right and left and right and left and right. What does it matter if they're taunted? They can't do anything to you. So you're going to draw that aggro away from the team. And again, you can do it on command. It's not like Hulk's Bone Shaker or something like that where, you can only use it when the ability is off cooldown. You can use this all the time. You just have to emote. It's just an emote. It's so stupid. It's incredibly, incredibly insane. This is, in my opinion, hands down one of the best exotics, if not the best exotic for its perks in the game, okay? Now, a couple other minor tweaks to the build. So we're still using the Public Menace emblem. That has not changed, and we are still using the Public Menace gloves, all right? Those have not changed. So we're still doing the whole thing, you know, with marking enemies with takedowns, getting the extra orbs, extra intrinsics, and then also obviously having the spider drone drop them too. But what we're using that's a little different now is the Vigilante Canister. Now, I was previously using Sonic. I have since determined that that is not necessary. You don't need to be using Sonic here. What I originally said was that I would like a raid piece, possibly a raid vibranium piece, and that is still true. However, the raid gear, for whatever reason, the devs have actually confirmed does not work with this 3-slot defensive piece that gives the drone status effect damage based on the ranged gear. So I don't know why it doesn't work. They think it's a bug. They're fixing it. They just don't have an ETA of when it's going to be fixed in the game. So for right now, we're not using any raid ranged pieces in this build. So I'm using the Vigilante Canister. Now, why is this piece good? Well, if you look, it's got two different elements, okay? It's got gamma and plasma, okay? Now, this just says that it deals damage based on what type of range status gear is equipped. But hold on, this has two statuses. So which status does it apply? Well, that's the great answer. It applies both statuses. It applies both gamma and plasma to every enemy that it shoots. And don't forget that gamma and plasma are both elements that will spread to nearby enemies. So as long as if you got a crowd, you start gamma-ing, plasmaing enemies, it'll spread all over and it'll keep going. It'll keep going. It'll keep going. It's absolutely insane. You'll see in the gameplay just how good that is, all right? Now, the only other thing I've really switched out with this build is right here. So in the previous build, I was using City of Dreams for the automatic intrinsic orb. You can still use this if you're more comfortable with this. However, the way I've got the build so min-max now, it is not necessary. We can actually use New York's Finest Takedowns, generate a heroic orb, and we will still generate enough intrinsic orbs to keep our intrinsic up and still be doing takedowns. You'll see in the gameplay, we generate absolutely plenty of intrinsic orbs. I realized that if you do use this, and you're extremely min-max, you'll probably generate more intrinsic orbs than you actually need. So it's best to switch this perk to the heroic orbs. That way you're getting more heroic orbs. We're going to be getting an absolute crap load of heroic orbs in addition to intrinsics and in addition to regen packs. We'll be getting those as well. Guys, this is absolutely insane. Your super or your abilities are always going to be off cooldown. And don't forget, if you ever do run out of intrinsic, if you're picking up heroic orbs, the assault heroic will automatically fill your intrinsic meter. So if you're not around any, just throw this. You'll basically get a free takedown out of it as well, which will give you back a good chunk of it as well. So just keep kind of working that, and then you'll just be golden. You'll see the gameplay. It's absolutely insane. But you'll also notice in the gameplay, when I use the Public Menace Visor, I'm going to quickly tap it. You'll see everyone in the area gets taunted. It's absolutely insane. And then I just go to town on them the same way I normally would. If this were a real mission with other players in it, all of those enemies would be drawn away from those players. It's absolutely insane. So that's all I've got for you. That's the only update. I'll leave you guys off with some gameplay footage. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know down in the comments if you've gotten this piece or what raid pieces you're using that'll make your Spider-Man awesome. That's it for me, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.